This has not loaded yet, but your article continues below. Player grades: Edmonton Oilers put one foot in the playoffs with full team effort, second straight shutout win. Greg Southam / Postmedia. Article content: Golden Knights 0, Oilers 4. We apologize, but this video has failed to load. Tap here to see other videos from our team. Try refreshing your browser. Or player grades: Edmonton Oilers put one foot in the playoffs with full team effort, second straight shutout win. Back to video. Story continues below. This has not loaded yet, but your article continues below. Article content: in what was arguably their biggest game of the season, Edmonton Oilers came up with a full team effort on Saturday afternoon to shut down the Vegas Golden Knights 4-0. It was their second straight victory by the same score, after the Oilers blanked Nashville Predators in the Music City on Thursday. The 4 points Edmonton secured in under 48 hours provide some much-needed breathing room in what has been a pell-mell run towards the playoffs. Suddenly the Oilers are in splendid position, second place in the Pacific with a 6-point lead over Los Angeles Kings, 7 ahead of Vegas, all three teams with 6 games to play. It certainly helps that the Oilers took the season series off of both rivals, winning 3 of 4 games in each case. Story continues below. This has not loaded yet, but your article continues below. Article content: with the Oilers holding the tiebreaker advantage over the Kings, they need just 6 points in their last 6 games to clinch home ice advantage in the first round of the playoffs against the survivor among LA, Vegas, and a late-charging Vancouver. On Saturday, they used home ice for good, recording their first shutout in the friendly confines since 2019, their last 6 whitewashes all having come on the road. Mike Smith was outstanding in the win, but he had plenty of help from his friends. Vegas outshot Edmonton 39-36, but our own preliminary analysis here, at the Cult of Hockey, had the Oilers holding a substantial 16-5 edge in grade A shots, with a handful of plays at both ends of the ice still to be reviewed. Story continues below. This has not loaded yet, but your article continues below. Article content: a splendid team performance worth of positive grades for all hands. Player grades: number 2 Duncan Keith, 6. Played a solid defensive game, burned for a couple of grade B shots in the early going but very little thereafter. Moved the puck well. Blocked 7 shots to lead both teams. Number 5 Cody Ceci, 8. Led the D-corps in shifts, ice time, even strength ice time, and short-handed ice time. No glaring mistakes, several good defensive stops, and a huge goal when he hammered a shot into Puljujärvi's heavy screen and caught a favorable deflection off an opposing stick. That made the score 2-0 in the opening minute of the third, and the Oilers largely cruised from there. A couple of minor defensive issues but nothing egregious. Story continues below. This has not loaded yet, but your article continues below. Article content: number 6 Chris Russell, 8. Scored his first goal in over 3 years when he jumped into the high slot to snap home Cashin's late feed. And a big goal it was too, the eventual game winner that opened the scoring late in the first and stood as game's lone tally through 2 periods before his mates ran away with it in the third. Played 12:08 as the nominal 7th defenseman, spending time on both sides of the sheet. Chipped in 210 on the penalty, and was not victimized on any grade A shots against all day long. 3 shots, 2 blocks, 2 hits. Number 10 Derek Ryan, 6. 10 solid minutes at even strength, 90 good seconds on the park. Chipped in an assist on the clinching shorthanded goal, officially credited to RNH. Showed up in good spots in the offensive zone on the regular. Story continues below. This has not loaded yet, but your article continues below. Article content: number 13 Jesse Puljujärvi, 7. Another Oiler with a solid 2-way effort. No points, but made a huge contribution on Ceci's goal, screening Logan Thompson in the Vegas goal while engaging Braden McNabb, who accidentally tipped the puck past his own goaltender. Chipped in on 4 grade A shots by the Oilers, no mistakes on any against. Is becoming a master at making short passes that find McDavid in good spots. Number 18 Zach Hyman, 6. A couple of good shots from very close range, and his usual degree of battling in the trenches, including being on the receiving end of a heavy check by Zach Whitecloud. No deduction for the extraordinarily chintzy slashing penalty he incurred in the third, Thankfully his mates had his back and it off. 7 story continues below. This has not loaded yet, but your article continues below. Article content number 22. Tyson Barrie, 6. Skated well, flashed a good defensive stick on timely occasions, stayed out of trouble. 2 shots on net, one of them a one-time that Thompson fought off. Number 25. Darnell Nurse, 7. Tower of power with 5 shot attempts, 3 hits, and a number of won battles. Impressed on one sequence when he cleared a dangerous rebound from the low slot, then made a second strong play along the wall to win the puck outright and trigger the breakout. Earned an assist on Ceci's goal, and could have had another with a fine pass which Yamamoto rang off the post. Played just 20:54 but chipped in 3:18 on the penalty. Number 27. Brett Kulak, 6. Quietly effective with decent shot shares and 0 significant problems behind his own blue line. Credited with a game-high 6 hits. 8 story continues below. This has not loaded yet, but your article continues below. Article content number 29. Leon Draisaitl, AITL, 6. Had very little going on offensively, including a rare 0 shots on net, but he played a strong defensive game. Made a key stop in the dying seconds of the middle frame after Bouchard and Keith got their signals crossed. Dominated the dot to the tune of 18/27 equals 67%. Number 37. Warren Fagile, 9. Up the ante on his strong play of recent weeks, delivering perhaps his finest game of the season to date. Strong in all 3 zones, skating in direct lines to the puck, and winning battles when he got there. Made 2 key plays on the first goal, first bowling over a defender deep in Vegas territory to establish possession, then jumping on a loose puck high in the zone, and starting the 4-way passing play that ended in Russell's goal. No point to show for that effort, so he took matters into his own hands in the third, scoring the 3-0 tally unassisted. That started with a good read and interception high in the defensive zone, followed by a 150-foot sprint that left defenders in his wake and ended with a high-speed deke and deposit. For shots on net, a team-high 7 shot attempts, 2 hits, 1 takeaway. 9 story continues below. This has not loaded yet, but your article continues below. Article content number 41. Mike Smith, 9. Continued his uber-hot role with his second consecutive shutout, becoming just the 7th goalie in NHL history to do so at age 40+. Was busy all day with 39 saves, including at least 12 in each period. Faced more shots of grade B than A, but staved off quite a few tough drives from high-caliber snipers along the way, including 6 from Max Pacioretty, 5 each from Jack Eichel and Alex Pietrangelo, 4 from Jonathan Marchessault. Did a great job battling through screens. Took care of his housekeeping around the crease as well, twice cutting out dangerous passes, and once making an excellent poke check on the edge of the blue paint. Rock solid handling the puck, other than one bobble of a bouncing shot that nearly led to disaster but didn't. 39 shots, 39 saves, 1.000 save percentage, and is rolling along at a stunning 5-0-0.80.976 over the last fortnight. 10 story continues below. This has not loaded yet, but your article continues below. Article content number 40 for Zach Cashin, 6. Had a generally strong game, starting as an extra forward, earning 11 minutes with a variety of line mates. Noticeable mostly in a good way, landing 5 hits. Seemed to freeze when McLeod set him up in great position at the side of the net, but recovered nicely with a plan B feed to Russell in the high slot, earning the primary assist on the game's first goal. Docked 1 full grade for the unnecessary penalty he took on a neutral zone face-off with 6 minutes left in the third, a high-sticking infraction on Keegan Kolesar, where he twice grazed the Vegas depth forward before finally connecting on his third go-round. The good news was not only did his mates it off, they scored the 4-0 goal at the tail end of it. 11 story continues below. This has not loaded yet, but your article continues below. Article content number 56. Kayla Yamamoto, 6. Had nothing going on offensively, but was nonetheless a thorn in the Golden Knights' side throughout. Had a superb shift on Edmonton's first penalty, twice stealing the puck inside the Oilers' blue line, ending time with a good rush and later, a safe clear and change. Rang a good slot shot off the post early in the second. Engaged around the puck all afternoon,